Golden Bachelor, runner-up Leslie Fhima opened up to the Bachelor Nation podcast about her 2 divorces and what broke up her marriages, saying, "I couldn't be in a marriage with 3 people." Fhima was asked on the podcast what she wants people to know about her story with her ex-husbands. She has been married twice and divorced twice. The marriages produced children. On the December 5 podcast, Fhima explained that the 2 divorces were for different reasons. Almost as if history was repeating itself, Fhima ended up in a lover's triangle with Golden Bachelor, Jerry Turner and New Jersey widow Teresa Nist before Turner chose Nist. Here's what you need to know, Leslie Fhima says. There was infidelity in her second marriage play during the podcast. Fhima explained that being divorced is it's not like the plague, I mean. It happens. She then discussed her first marriage with Bradley Chazin. With Brad and we were just really young, we kind of just grew, I don't like to say grew apart, Fhima said. We just became different. But she added, if I needed something in the middle of the night, if I called him, he would help me, and she said she has remained friends with his extended family. Her second marriage is a different story, Fhima said. With David, there was infidelity in that marriage and I tried to keep my family together as long as I possibly could, Fhima said, referring to second husband David Fhima, a prominent Minneapolis chef. Knowing what was going on, I just couldn't do it, she added. I wanted to stay married. All I wanted was to be a wife and a mother and to have it all, and it did not work out, no fault of my own. I couldn't be in a marriage with 3 people, yeah. She said her children understand. They love their dad, they love me. I don't talk bad about him because I have nothing to say. Both of Leslie Fhima's ex-husbands are successful businessmen in Minneapolis. In her earlier aerobics videos, Fhima went by the name Leslie Chazin. That includes a video released in 1994. According to Ancestry.com records, Bradley Craig Chazin married Leslie Beth Paster in 1980 in Hennepin County, Minnesota. He remarried in 1991 to another woman, according to Minnesota records. Ancestry.com records show that Chazin and Leslie were divorced in 1988 when Leslie was 29 years old. Fhima has a son with Bradley Chazin, Zach Chazin. The Chazin family owns a construction company that Zach is involved in, according to the business website for the firm. According to the Minneapolis Star-Tribune, Fhima split from her ex, restaurateur David Fhima, in the 90s. Her son with David Fhima, Eli Fhima, is director of operations for his father's restaurant portfolio, which includes Fhima's Minneapolis and Maison Margot, the Star-Tribune wrote, adding that David Fhima is of Moroccan heritage. Leslie and David also have a daughter Chloe together. According to the St. Paul Pioneer Press, a newspaper in Minnesota, David Fhima was involved in a new restaurant opening in May 2023. Maison Margot, the newest restaurant project from chef David Fhima and family, is set to open Friday, May 12, in the former Ribnick building in the North Loop in Minneapolis, the newspaper reported. According to Minnesota court records, David Jonathan Fhima filed for divorce against Leslie Beth Fhima in 1994. The case was listed as dissolution with child. They reconciled and then divorced in 1998. Read next. Leslie Fhima's son likes comment that takes a swipe at Teresa Nist.